Welcome back to Hallowspeed, everyone. My name is Tally, and I will be your host for the next few runs. And to start things off, we will be doing Silent Hill 2 with SuperKingAndy. Whenever you're ready, please take it away.
Yo, cuties in chat. My name's SuperKingAndy. I'm going to be showing you Silent Hill 2 today. I will introduce my couch. Suika, first.
Hello, I'm Suika. I run GAMs. Mainly Resident Evil.
Chad.
1, 2, 3, run this.
And Chad.
Hello, my name is Chad Thorson. I do things around here. But how are y'all doing?
So, we run this game on beginner difficulty and normal riddle difficulty. And away we go.
So, I have a question for you, chat. I want to see a number in the 1500 to 1600 range because there's going to be a lot of saving in this game.
Game saved.
You may notice on the bottom left corner of the screen that there is a game saved sign that is going to be there for the entirety of the run.
Suika, do you want to explain the text holding?
Yeah, when you pick up a text box, like you say, there's a mapping card, you got to go to the other side. If you spam quick save, you can hold text boxes, which despawns event triggers, so you can run past them.
Yeah, holding text boxes in this game is like a really big thing. It just means that you can kind of go past areas that you are not meant to yet.
Also, it does impact James's stamina. So there's a hidden stamina from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
So every single time that you see the game save, it actually...
And I'm literally just here, like, mashing away.
When the game saved happens, it actually resets the stamina back up to 100. So James literally becomes an Olympic marathon runner during the entirety of this run.
Yeah.
So he is going to have unlimited stamina, whereas normally he would probably stop to pant here. But this is a
Hi, Angela. Bye, Angela.
Broken. Yeah, that was Angela. She's gone now. That's important.
She's sad.
Plot's too slow.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we went fast.
Yeah. So, can we draw attention to James's running style? It always amazes me how he manages to keep his back completely straight, with his butt completely pushed out, with his elbows completely back.
Well, Andy, on the bright side, at least you know the game is saved.
Well, very true.
And nothing. Yes.
Yeah.
Very true.
So, what amount of saves are we guessing? What are you guessing, Suika?
I'm guessing 1500.
1500. What about you, Chad?
I think I'm gonna high roll here, 1700.
I'm gonna go 2000.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof, that's the big one right there.
And then I'm gonna try for it.
So,
I'm gonna count them all.
I want to see some game saved in chat, please.
Yeah, exclamation, like all caps game saved. Yeah.
All caps game saved. So the basic story of this game is that we got a letter from our dead wife.
Yeah.
We're going to the town of Silent Hill to find our dead wife. And in the process of doing so, we're gonna get sucked into the other world, and lots of spooky things are gonna happen here. But that doesn't matter because we're fast, and we're gonna be running past a lot of things that would otherwise
So
be spooky.
This text box that I just grabbed there, the no reason to go back, I'm going to look for Mary, is one that's actually gonna mean that we can skip a cutscene in the center of Silent Hill, which means we can just go straight to the apartments and we don't need to go pick up the noisy radio. So the run's actually quite a silent one, because the radio normally sort of goes off when an enemy is nearby, but because we don't pick it up, it's quite a chill run.
You also don't pick up the plank of wood neither, which is kind of important for later on.
Yeah, we need to make sure that later on, after the apartments, we pick up a melee weapon, or we can softlock ourselves. And
yeah, that's very, very Mocha. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Also, since we did meet the donation incentive, we are going to be seeing the one true ending of
are going to be doggo %.
The dog is, So you guys, if you don't know, stick around.
Stick around to find out. It's best ending of any game ever, I think.
Oh, absolutely. The plot top 10 anime betrayals.
Yeah.
If I've
So this blood on the floor here is where the cutscene triggers, which will send us off up there. James is like, oh, what's up there? It's actually been so long since I've seen that cutscene that I can't even remember really what happens.
You kind of see a lying figure, which is one of the enemies kind of wander off, and you follow him.
So James hasn't been feeling very well recently. He's pooped a car. Oh, that's weird. So, holding text boxes in the game stops anything spawning in. Stops items loading in, stops enemies loading in. And you can just pop them back in when you drop the text box.
Yeah, you think monsters are spooky in Silent Hill? No, draw distance and spawning items are more spooky in this game.
So we just picked up the key for the apartments, which is where the run kind of really starts. Like, there's a few bits of this game where it's just like long jog.
Yeah.
James casually jogging.
Apartments is like the first dungeon of the run.
Yeah.
So, but if we have any donations before we get to our first Zelda-like dungeon, please.
Yeah.
Read them.
We do. We have quite a few, actually. We have £5 from Suika saying, put the headband on, Andrew.
Andrew, put the headband on
Andrew,
right now.
put it on.
Do it, Andrew. Do it.
And then we also have £18 from NYL, who was in the previous run, saying, thanks, Moon, for having me on. You crushed it, buddy. Much love to all at Thunderthon for putting on such a scarily awesome event, and you, the viewer, for being here. Less than 3.
Yeah, the Moon Runes one was very, very good. Moon crushed it per usual. Definitely love his
I
content.
have 2 more if we still have time.
Yeah, we sure do.
Alright, we got £10 from Charbear saying, this run is gonna be great and all, but Corgo headband will make it 10 times better.
Right, it's on.
Awesome. And last
Good,
we have
good.
£5 from Swoly Moly saying, let's go Andrew, love you.
Ah, bless him.
No.
Thanks for the donos, guys. Keep them coming for the animals. Okay, so we are in apartments now. We're going to go and get 2 items that we need to progress. The game won't let us continue unless we have a flashlight and a gun. The camera angle in this game is disgusting.
Yeah, the camera angle and the tank controls in here. I actually played Silent Hill 3 again recently, and I was like, man, this is some old school movement here. But it takes a bit to master. But movement is everything in this game. There's a lot of movement-based stuff here.
Yeah, like
lines,
if you
turns,
if you see just then, if you clip anything, James just completely slows down. So we're trying to clip as few walls as we can, but you're kind of wrestling James's weird movement and the camera being weird all at the same time.
And on top of that, there's rooms called random angle rooms. So you'll say in some rooms you'll hold down because that's the way that you want to go, but James will just run straight back into the door.
Yeah, we'll see those. We'll see those for sure.
Yeah.
Pyramid Head is going to be having a tea party of which we're crashing here pretty soon, but we'll get there in a second.
They're just resting, it's okay.
He's just
Yeah, you're right, sir. You're right. Just having a pretty okay time.
So you hear a scream there. You can actually skip it just by quick saving again. Oh, there's Pyramid Head. This key is horrible to pick up.
So Pyramid Head is, yeah, pretty much like thematically he's chasing us, tormenting us because we, James actually did not pay his taxes, and so the IRS is coming after him. It's very dangerous to not pay taxes, guys. So remember, if you don't pay them, Pyramid Head's going to come looking for you.
That reminds me, I've got tax returns to do.
Exactly. So Pyramid Head might be tapping on your window at 2 in the morning. You never know.
Yeah, we should mention that we skipped a cutscene that has it's got one of the main characters in it. She's called Laura, but she's a meme. So we're coming up to one of the it's like kind of like the main puzzle that sets the kind of shows the RNG for the whole game. Do you want to talk about the cheat sheet, Suika?
Yeah, there's a sheet on SLC where if you start it within the first 30 frames, depending on what time you get on clock, will tell you the rest of the puzzles for throughout the game. So it saves going into certain rooms and...
I'm not using it today because it bugs out. Like, just tabbing out of this game for me has been causing me some serious issues recently, so I'm trying to tab out as little as possible. It only saves about a minute.
Yeah, and there are some RNG puzzles in this game, which, you know, can make some...
Whoa, wait, what was that?
Oh. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Having a little wrestle.
Sir, did you pay your taxes? Coming for you. So, the RNG puzzles, like in the late game, I mean, I think in an optimal run, I would imagine a YOLO attempt would be, you know...
Like, a YOLO attempt used to be what they had to do. So it'd be called like Blind Arsonist, but nowadays the RNG cheat sheet just completely takes that away, and it's all skill based.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Definitely a good thing.
It's just a bit finicky.
It getting James to move when he's off camera can be a nightmare.
Yeah,
He
we're going too
moves
fast for the
still
camera
does
to
it.
keep up with us. So, you know.
The camera cannot handle the speed run, but hey, that's okay.
Me and Suika were trying to discuss... Well, we were discussing earlier what kind of juice we just picked up. We think it's orange juice, because, I mean, it's orange. What do you think it is, Chad?
Is it?
Either that or it's Suika's six-pack of Monster, so...
I think it's a sour apple monster. Which
Sour
sounds
apple.
Really good. Yeah.
Never tried that. So we're going to the trash chute to drop some orange juice down it to give us a coin. I'm trying to collect 3 coins.
Saying on your way back in, you could show an example at random angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of these camera angles, and if you guys are familiar with the classic Resident Evil series, you know, getting used to the camera angles and the tank controls themselves are one of the biggest challenges of learning these older games.
So if I'm holding up here, for example, wait, no, okay, did it? Oh, this is a good one for the random angle. Like I'll be holding down, and James will just turn this way, and it's like, James, please, what are you doing?
And it takes a lot of practice to know which angles are going to pop up for which sections, and it comes down to muscle memory.
Yeah.
Of knowing where you need to go to, and if you run classic Resident Evil, you know you typically have an idea of where you need to be going, just because you know how the camera angles will change. But the tank controls here, I think they're a little more unforgiving than classic RE in my opinion in this game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're kind of using sort of weird like directional controls for this, but we do. Normally, we would need to change later on because the game's it controls insanely weird. You kind of have to experience it for yourself.
Absolutely. Also, at the same time, too, you can see the camera can hardly keep up with James because Andy is too fast for this game. So that also in the speedrun is a challenge as well.
Yeah.
There are some combat sections in this game, but mostly I think the biggest focus in this speedrun is going to be about just routing. And, you know, per Silent Hill, classic Silent Hills, there's 1 million doors and only one of them works. So knowing which door you have to go into, that's going to be the important part of the run here.
So we're now in Otherworld apartments. What I did kind of felt like, we were talking about this yesterday, and it's kind of cool how in sort of Silent Hill 1 and 3, like Otherworld Silent Hill is like really obvious. Like it's like you kind of see the world melting away, and sort of it's very like industrially and like jarring music. Whereas oh shoot,
and there's a character.
There's a character. There's Angela again. We met her in the graveyard earlier. But like in Silent Hill 2, it's kind of much more subtle. The otherworldness is kind of more creepy, more psychological, I guess.
Yeah, the Otherworld in 3 is you go to the pasta underworld. All the walls are covered in marinara sauce. It's just it's a tasty time down there, and the game wants you to know it. But this game is more of the psychological approach.
Yeah.
It's about a man who's committed tax fraud, and so now he must face the psychological ramifications of his actions.
Oh, also
this game and
fun thing, this game's a multi-input speedrun, keyboard and mouse and controller. You only use the keyboard a few times, but will we get whispers? That's the question. I really hope we do. We did.
Hey,
so Whispers is like apparently a super rare RNG, but I seem to get it all the time. And the first time that you actually hear those whispers is super creepy.
Not bad movement through here as well. It's a nightmare.
I'm gonna quick save it here in case Pyramid Head one-shots me.
Yep, so this stand at the corner over here, and you just give him this good
6 shots.
And he gets
stand in the corner, and I'll see you later.
He's like, I'll get you next time, James, as he walks off screen very casually.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you get whispers in that room, there's like a 50-something% chance of the arsonist being the first. Like if you just go for number 1 on blind arsonist later on.
James' dance is amazing.
Oh yeah, chicken dance, love it. the movement in this game is I love his run cycle.
Yeah.
Really good.
So, we need to not forget the dog key, since all you cuties meant that we can do dog percent.
And if you haven't seen Dog Percent, that song is quite a banger, so stick around.
Oh, hell yeah.
You don't want to miss it, actually.
Oh, there's Laura
But-
again. Bye, Laura.
Hi, Laura. Bye, Laura. Also, if you have any donations right now, perfect time
Yeah,
to do so, or any
perfect time.
incentives you want to plug, Tally.
We do have £5 from Insane Dan. No comment, but thank you so much for your donation.
Done.
And with that, it's probably a good idea to remind everyone that we do have upcoming incentives as well, like Guitar Percent for Resident Evil 3 Remake. You definitely want to see that. And we're also trying to raise money to meet Sir Avium's run of Silent Hill Arcade all the way at the end of the marathon. That is also another one you definitely don't want to miss, so make sure to check those boxes when you drop your donations, people.
Oh yeah, that Guitar Hero Percent. He literally plays RE3 Remake on a Guitar Hero guitar,
I mean-
and it is
The fact he has to play RE3 Remake already, and then
it's
on a guitar.
incredible. Yeah, it's
Incredible.
pretty incredible. Yeah.
So I should probably mention that we just saw. So James has come here to find his dead wife, and he's just found someone who looks a hell of a lot like her. She's called Maria. Weird, huh?
Weird.
Weird.
Also, weirder
Oh, yeah,
doghouse there.
Yeah. So we just got the dog key. We'll use it near the end of the game to get the dog ending. Other than that, it's pretty much the same run. Just
Pretty much, yeah. We're going from dungeon, quotation finger, going from dungeon to dungeon, basically solving each section here and heading to the next, and pretty much
Yeah.
just collecting keys and uncovering the mystery of tax fraud. As it is.
we're gonna see some nice pizza here. Where does he get that pizza from?
That's a good question, though. I think it's a theory. So everyone is experiencing different.
Yeah, I was just about
What
to say that. Yeah.
is Eddie doing?
It's kind of weird that I always thought it was kind of weird that James and Eddie see a pizza. Yeah, everyone sees
it's-
Silent Hill differently.
Exactly, and I'm just like, where did you get that pizza?
Plot
And,
hole,
what-
maybe?
I don't know, or like, who made the pizza? Where are the
Yeah,
resources
how
to
could
make
you
this
just sit
pizza
there
in
and eat
Otherworld?
pizza?
Asking the
Eddie.
real questions.
Yeah, now I really want pizza.
The big question is, why is James not sat there eating pizza?
True, why does James not sit down next to him and be like, you know what?
Hey, the man's got to go fast. Ain't got time.
Ain't got time for
That is-
pizza.
That's a crime, though.
Yeah. This is one of the worst rooms for movement in the whole game. It's just weird. It's trying to be edgy with their camera angles and...
Yeah. So now we have a bit of an escort here.
Yeah.
We'll be escorting our friends with us through certain sections here.
Yeah, we're following Laura, who's just run away from the Bolorama, and we're following her this way. And in a second, we'll see the next sort of dungeon, which is the hospital.
Also, before we went into bowling alley, you picked up a steel pipe, which you
Yes.
needed. Just not soft spot yourself.
Yeah, we fall into a well later on, and you can't get out of it without a melee weapon.
Quick saving skips text boxes.
Yeah, and picks
Just
up
quick
items.
save while it's on there, it skips it all.
Yeah, I quite like the hospital. I think the labyrinth's probably my favourite bit.
With the
We got-
world's loudest bolt clippers.
Yeah. Stairs, please. So I'm gonna ask you guys to remember some codes for me. Oh, nice. So she can hit you. It rarely happens, but marathon, you know.
So honestly, like, I sometimes wonder if a Silent Hill 2 speedrunner is on stream and does their chat mess with them by giving them the wrong
Yes.
combination?
Yes, that happens. You have to be very stern with them because it kills runs.
Sir, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you.
Yeah. So first one coming up. This one's for you, Ben.
Right.
No.
6513.
6513.
So he could definitely has a pen out right now. He
I
loves
do.
notes.
I have a keyboard and I'm utilizing it.
Yeah.
It's right there.
So now we're gonna go upstairs and use that code. What was it?
This was
6513. There we go. Just kidding.
Oh,
Just like,
1, 2,
what?
3, 4.
So Maria has a little nap. And we're gonna go to the roof.
So the lore of this game is that, as we were mentioning before, there's a bit of a Silent Hill is kind of representative of like a personal hell. So everyone kind of sees different things once they go here. Knowing as James committed tax fraud, so he's seeing a lot of
Oh,
pop up here.
what do you reckon that is?
4194.
4194. It could be 5194.
Ooh. This is going to be the RNG in a nutshell here.
Yeah. To be fair, I've got 3 numbers. I can just spam the others.
And this is a bit of the randomness here that it just happens, but
Yeah, with the cheat sheet, this sort of stuff gets cut out. You don't. You just already know the codes.
Exactly. Also the interesting creatures here, the mannequins.
6513 and potentially 5194. 5. It was a 5. So, we got a piece of hair,
Excellent.
which we are about to use in a second.
There.
I mean, James could have probably just pulled a piece of hair off his head, right? But
Yeah, right. There are the infamous nurses that are synonymous with the Silent Hill
Yeah.
series.
I was accidentally examining that hole, so it cost you a few seconds. So it's good that I didn't. You also notice that James is actually on danger health right now. That big red cross in the corner, but it should be fine.
And yeah, and like over the course of the game, it's much faster to avoid combat. So what we do is we run past enemies, but sometimes they can sucker punch you.
Apart from right now, boss fight.
And this fight here.
Good old flesh lips.
Good old flesh lips. These are like he's doing right now. He's gone to the other side of the map to die, which is just slow and annoying. And this guy's doing it too. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just RNG, you know. Back to the elevator. So now we're in Otherworld Hospital. Everything looks a bit creepier.
And at this point in time, the world is going to warp. We're going to start seeing, different enemies here, or just different sceneries and stuff. And it's Otherworld really is like a deeper level of Silent Hill. There's like different layers of it. There's like the normal Silent Hill that you would see, whatever. I don't know the true terminology, but there's like Foggy Hill and there's like Otherworld, which is like the hellish landscape that it's synonymous with what you've seen in like Silent Hill 3. And the other games, but this is like a deeper level of what we're heading into.
So we picked up a key for the basement, because we always go to basements, right? In horror games.
Yep.
I don't think I'm ever going to go to a basement ever in my whole life. We don't really have basements here in the UK.
We also don't have basements here in Texas.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to ever... I don't think I'm going to go to one of those. Never seems to be anything good, you know? Oh, hey Maria.
Yep.
We pick up the 1 ring to rule them all. So we need to pick up 2 rings to get through a door on the 3rd floor.
Because
Konami, Silent Hill, yeah. It's actually a really cool bit on this game in the elevator, but because we need to go fast, you kind of just skip it. So we need Maria's help to open a fridge to get the 2nd ring, because James isn't strong enough to do it on his own.
Yeah, which is Maria has like some Herculean
Maria is
strength
strong.
over here.
Yeah.
She just rips that thing.
Yeah.
She just kind of goes in and just does some pretty strong work.
Yeah. So here we are. Lead ring. And that's pretty much the hospital kind of done. Like this is such a daunting run to learn initially, but just because of all the like locked doors.
Yeah, on a casual playthrough, you know,
Yeah, you'd
the
spend
player
forever
would
in
have to, yeah, you would spend forever in a Silent Hill, you know, dungeon,
Yeah.
you know, for the most part, what you want to call it like that. So like, knowing the right doors to go to, that and when there's thousands of doors,
Yeah.
basically, it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough.
These the movement on these particular set of stairs is pretty rough at the beginning.
Unfortunately, no stair skates in this game.
No.
Mr. Sutherland will not be slip and sliding down those stairs.
So we're currently now running away from Pyramid Head. Camera angle can't keep up. There is actually a glitch where he can end up like turboing and ending up like right behind you. It's kind of terrifying. But we're running for this elevator.
I would be absolutely terrified.
And sadly Maria dies. She does not make it. Or does she?
Bum, bum, bum.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, it's actually up to the dog if she does, really.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
the dog controls.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Doggo controls everything.
Yeah, I mean, shh. Spoilers.
Also, we're gonna have a triathlon here happening.
Yeah.
Very soon. We have a
Yeah.
lot of ground to cover here. So.
It's like a good 6 minutes of.
Yeah.
It's not quite yet, but soon.
And then the world's longest stairway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just as bad as the MGS3 ladder climb.
Yeah.
That goes on forever. So coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah, like now would be
a
a
good.
fine time for anything you need to say.
If you have donations, incentives, and mission statement, go ahead because we are just walking here.
Perfect, I can provide all of those. We'll start with a donation. We got 11 pounds and 62 cents from Insane Dan saying, "Come on, Andy, you're doing great. Keep smashing it, man."
Cheers, Dan.
And then we also have an upcoming bid war for the run coming after this for DMC. With you can decide Dante's costume. Right now we have Dark in the lead, but Neo or Default or Classic can still catch up. So if you want to see any of those other costumes, make sure to get your donations in for those.
Classic's pretty sick, y'all. That's the good one. We want that one.
And since we have plenty of time, we might as well remind you all why we're here and why we're raising money, because right now thousands of animals are suffering silently with no chance of ever receiving veterinary care. And like you, we don't think this is fair. Worldwide Veterinary Service provides free expert care to animals in need all over the world, and we do this by sending vets where they are needed most, training them to increase the standard of care globally, and by shipping urgent aid supplies worldwide every week of the year. So that's what you're supporting by donating to us today.
And thank you guys for your generous donations. I mean, this event's been pretty incredible. You guys have raised quite a bit of money. A lot of animals around the world who are not able to receive care are getting care. So thank you for your generous contributions. And yeah, we pretty much got a lot of walk in here.
Yeah, so you'll see that I've turned my light off so that I can try to examine my map, but then we get a text box saying it's too dark to read the map, which is perfect because then I can save the game and stop the cutscene trigger that we skipped earlier. We're back in the same place and it's still active. You can still trigger that cutscene, so we need to hold a text box on the screen again so that that doesn't happen. We're on our way to get a wrench so that we can open a box to get a key to the Historical Society. And yeah, we find it here, but this camera angle is horrendous. Hey, I got it without so you can get it without bending over. It's quicker. James, please. And then we go back the way we came, back past the trigger. There's actually quite an interesting thing that I can show. Suika, you might want to talk about this.
About the bodies?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a number of bodies like around Silent Hill, and they've all got the same clothes and character model as James.
Yeah, so there's one coming up here I can show. Like this guy looks a hell of a lot like James. It's just more symbolism of Silent Hill. James is torturing himself subconsciously, I guess, for not doing his taxes.
And guys, let this be a lesson: if you don't pay your taxes, you're going to Silent Hill, okay? So make sure you get those taxes in, because you don't want Pyramid Head chasing after you.
Yeah.
And we have to alter the story here just a wee bit, because we know how we know
Yeah.
the original story and how you know what it's about.
So we're kind of like, we're past halfway of the streets now, I would say. A good way that I remembered this bit was like, you go in at the inn. Because like, this is one of the most like confusing bits of the run to learn. It's like, which way do you run? Like, because everywhere looks kind of the same. But in at the inn.
Yeah, the routing gets pretty, especially
like,
when a lot of the backdrop looks very similar.
Like,
it's easy to get lost.
It's insanely optimized as well, though. Like,
I always get lost in prison when I first started learning.
yeah, the prison's pretty rough. We can actually turn that torch back on now. We don't have to run in the dark.
You
Since
need
we're
to
still
say
running, do we have time for one more donation?
Yeah.
We sure do, yeah.
Great, because we got £5 from Meep Ahoy saying, I want to know if the dog gets all the Silent Hill taxes.
yes.
Yes.
The dog is
absolutely.
actually the dog is actually the tax collector.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the give him all the pets. Give the good boy all the pets.
Yeah, he takes cash and pets, so.
He does. He absolutely does.
He likes donations best, though.
What's his name? What is his name?
I'm not too sure, you know. What do you want to call him,
Chad?
Chad?
What do you think the doggo's name is?
This is the longest road
Winston.
ever. Alright.
Yeah,
I
this.
remember the dog being a she, actually, according to the canon.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it is. Isabel. I like Isabel.
Isabel's good.
That's a good name. This section here, taking even though we have a fairly wide open space, what's actually, you know, more what can be dangerous for a speedrunner is actually not taking the optimal lines, even though you have a wide space here. So kind of like you knowing which trajectory you should be heading into here is crucial to set yourself up for the optimal lines, because you know, it can get easy to kind of autopilot if you're just walking around out in the open here.
Yeah.
But knowing which corners you need to be turning to and how you can angle yourself to take that is really crucial.
Fun fact, I've actually seen enemies like fly in from the right, like spawning in, they just get like thrown in over the fence.
The game,
Yeah.
the dog is throwing everything it can at you to stop you.
So we're coming up to the longest staircase ever.
It is literally about 40 seconds.
It's literally quite long. There's
So
quite a few memes about this staircase.
So in a fellow Konami game, Metal Gear Solid 3, the theme plays the longest ladder climb in gaming history. So for the longest stair walk in gaming history, I think the Silent Hill theme should just play here.
Yeah.
Just get you pumped up. But
I just like the shadow of James's hand, just like his fingers are like really sharp. It's kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of
Good time to
funny.
get your quick saves in.
Yeah. Oh shoot, yeah. Come on, 2000.
I'm thinking we're probably at 1500 at this point.
I don't know.
1500. What is okay? So what is the highest number of saves you have seen in a world record attempt or a PB attempt?
I think it's about 3,000 plus. I think.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Would the runner's hand fall off?
Potentially. Like this way, I choose to run this on a PS4 controller just because there's no tactile feedback on the. This is where we need the pipe to get out of this well. You can soft lock yourself in here if you don't have it. But yeah, I'd prefer to run on a PS4 pad just because the R1 button is nicer to press.
Yeah, they'll be a little bit easier in your hand there, because on PC, you know, when your hands are cramped like that and you're just pressing a key over and over like that.
So do you want to explain bug skip?
Yeah, bug skip is basically when you pick up an item and you skip the text to say you picked it up and quick save, and then spam quick load. It duplicates the item and leaves it on the floor, and it puts it in your inventory. Because bug room is just an RNG hellhole.
Yeah, so the bug room, there's a code that you need to put in to get out of bug room, but it's kind of RNG as to what that code is.
It's a 3-digit code that you can. There's 3 buttons on thing that are lit up that you need to press.
So we are in Toluca prison now. Whoop, please, sir. Excuse me. And we're aiming to pick up 3 tablets. This guy's gonna... Yeah, okay. Just getting in my grill.
At least he didn't attack.
True. Stompy boy.
Yeah, Stompy boy.
Yeah, there's an enemy up there, stomping around.
He didn't really do much, he just
No,
mutters to
it
you.
just makes noise, yeah.
Easy pass there.
Yeah.
He can be in the way.
Yeah, they can
sometimes,
block you off,
which-
it's kind of
yeah.
really annoying. You end up getting locked in this cell, but three tries of the dog gets you out.
If only that applied to everything in life. Though.
True.
3 tries and you're out.
3 tries and you're out.
It's like going to prison in Monopoly.
Yeah.
Check the door 3
Maybe that's where they
times
got
and
it
you are
from.
outie.
Maybe that's where they got it from.
And now we have our key puzzle items here, and we are going to be slapping those bad boys in.
Which gives us a horseshoe, because in classic survival horror fashion, we're creating a strange handle so that we can open a door.
We're essentially horror MacGyver in a way.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Like, this wouldn't work though. Me and Sweet could talk about this often, of how the wax would just not be strong enough. Shh.
No.
Because
It
game.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Video games are good.
So we're creating a handle out of wax, a candle, and a shoe horse. Horseshoe. Shoe horse. Ta-da! Now we can open it. And down we go. And we just keep jumping down holes now.
That's what we do. As you do.
And yeah, another hole.
And another. And another. And into the longest elevator.
Yeah.
I think this elevator is like a minute.
And this is metaphorical for James's descent into his own personal hell in a lot of ways.
Yeah, yeah.
The game is open for a lot of different interpretations of what is actually happening, and there's no true concrete, like, this is really what's going on.
Yeah.
Though we do have some more definitive theories out there. But this game essentially is the psychological aspect of this game is really, really interesting. And if you haven't played the Silent Hill series, definitely encourage you guys to check it out.
Yeah, check it out and then like just read up on like symbolism and
yeah.
the lore and stuff. Like, it's not really safe for work, but it's very interesting.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
definitely not as safe for work,
Yeah.
but you know, it's definitely one of those series where you can just kind of get lost in it, get deep dive into the lore and what the game represents.
Yeah.
But instead, we're just gonna have a rave.
Yeah, now would be a great
James
time for
is just gonna-
donations.
Yeah.
We have no new donations, but again, we have some really cool upcoming incentives that you might want to get your donations in for. We can increase the difficulty and time in Ultra Kill, or again, we have the guitar % option as well for Resident Evil 3 remake coming up.
Oop.
And of course, the Silent Hill arcade incentive as well. All of those 3 are definitely something you would not want to miss, so get your donations in.
Oh, by the way, the Silent Hill arcade has the best voice acting in video game I've ever seen in my life. So if you want to see that,
Better than Barry.
Yes.
Whoa.
Better than Mr. Barry Burton.
Mr. Barry
on
Burton.
Resident Evil 1.
Oh, Mary's alive. Weird.
Maria.
Maria. See, I said to Sweeker before, I was like, how many times are we going to call Maria Mary?
Gasp.
That was
Spoiler.
Only
That's
once so
right.
far. Only once so far.
So it kind of makes you wonder if you know, Mrs. Doggo actually just pushes a button and spawns Maria.
I mean, potentially.
I mean, we never know. We don't know.
Loudest bolt cutters ever incoming. Wire cutters. Whoa.
Maria's in story to torment James for something that happened to his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't pay his wife back for the taxes. Yeah, it's really unfortunate, guys. Make sure you pay your debts back because they
Yeah.
come back to haunt you.
So this area of the game's called the Labyrinth, and on a casual playthrough, it's like insanely confusing. On a speedrun, I kind of just realized that just go right often, pretty much, and take every junction off, like here.
Yeah.
But you can get lost in here for hours.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah.
We just got a £5 tax donation from various ominous drones. Jesus, I hope this goes to a good cause and helps James pay his taxes. Don't forget to save the game, Andy.
Hell yeah. Yo, thanks very much.
Let's get those donos in for James's tax relief fund. This is what happens when you just ignore all that stuff.
Yeah.
Gotta help some mans out. On this bit, we're completely skipping boss fight by holding a text box.
Holding the text box again.
Event trigger.
The door here is... We're gonna go for blind arsonist then, because we got whispers. Because it's like a 52% chance or something.
This is blind arsonist. Like, you go in, you pull first noose, and then you go back and check, see if you've got it.
We're trying to pull the noose of the arsonist. That's why it's called blind arsonist. And we didn't get it.
I'm gonna say 4.
You're gonna say 4. It's 5 again. This happened to me literally every practice run yesterday. Like, getting it wrong spawns enemies if you don't get it wrong. If you get it right, then it doesn't. Marathon luck.
There's a big puzzle on wall that you got to find one that were wrongly imprisoned.
Yeah. Which gets us a key of the persecuted.
Puzzle changes with each difficulty.
Yeah. But that's completely RNG as to whether it's 1 to 6.
Which, as you know, without the manipulations, RNG manipulations, it can be high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
To see which one you get.
It could just be me practicing me Andy yesterday and get it twice in a row.
Yeah.
Or just be Andy. Just be Andy.
Yeah, it's just my luck.
You can just become the super king.
Yeah.
King in the north.
So that we find Maria dead again. It's kind of like a torment for James.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point we just find her in a T-pose in a corner.
Yeah.
Because the dog forgot what to do with her.
Oh, we just got a raid from 7 Ray D. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Thank you, 7 Ray, for 2 raids in 2 days. We appreciate that so much, sir. Welcome on in, Raiders. So we got a bit of a
boss fight coming up.
Here, yeah, boss fight. This is pretty
well,
the Eddie fight.
The Eddie fight, yeah. I mean, on beginner difficulty, it's literally done.
Yeah.
It could be pretty rough on higher difficulties, though.
Yeah, he can take some weird patterns, and James is a pretty janky shooting pattern as well, and he can get stuck behind the one of the objects in that room, and at that point in time, it's like the game decides, well, is this going to connect or not?
Eddie can just run up to you and punch you as well, just to be annoying.
Yeah, that happened to Suika yesterday in practice.
Exactly. And so now we have a super long boat.
That line up
here.
Yeah, it's like it's almost 2 rows to the right. It lines you up perfectly.
And we just take this line here all the way to the bank.
Yep, all the way to the hotel.
So, fun fact: there are two alternate endings in this game. One with the UFO and one with the doggo, of which we had met the incentive for. So, right here when you get to the lake, if you've done all the right things to see the UFO ending, you see UFO flashing lights up in the sky, and honestly, that is creepier to me than the actual demons inside of Silent Hill itself.
Yeah.
You don't expect it. It just catches you so off guard, and you're just like, what? But the true horrors wait inside of the dog cave. It's coming.
Yeah. So there's like 1 out of bounds in this game, and it's notoriously a run killer. Like right at the end, it's pretty rough. Yeah. Obviously, I've practiced it for a marathon. Obviously. It's a marathon, so we'll see how that goes. But that's another random angle room.
I mean, as you do. We only hope for the best in the marathons.
Yeah. So here we're going to pick up the tasty fish key. You can actually save the game, even though Laura isn't there. Even she doesn't spawn in until the cutscene, but
there she is.
Just fun little things. So this is the out of bounds. Again, we have to turn our light off and hold the text box on the screen.
Yeah, this is very particular.
And this is very, very particular, like very precise movement.
Ooh. looks good.
I got it first time.
Nice. First try. Let's go. Let's go.
So you run into the wall and then off into the rest of the game.
You know, I want to say that a lot of yeah, a lot of out of bounds tricks in games are probably the hardest to pull off. Out of bounds are.
There's a big reason to
perfect.
what like I kind of put off learning the run for a long time because of that exact moment in the game right there.
You have to do that out of bounds as well, because when you do bug skip, you've still got a battery in your inventory that you're supposed to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't put it in the locker to get into the elevator.
Yeah.
Yo,
It kinda soft lock.
let's
That's the bit
Let's
of
get
the
some
run that
hype.
it misses.
Yeah.
let's get some hype in this chat. First try out of bounds in a marathon. That's pretty.
Never
awesome.
gonna get that ever again.
The true king of the north right here, Super King Andy.
So this next room's pretty Moncaress as well. The movement for picking up this see, it's just horrible. You just
It's got
examine
a
the
bit-
fruit.
It's got text boxes at either side.
Yeah. So we're not actually like too far off now.
Oh, we're gonna be finding the one true mastermind behind all of
Yeah.
this shenanigans.
Like the dog ending cuts off about a fair few minutes.
Like 2 minutes, I think.
Yeah. Excuse me?
Excuse me, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hey Suika, where do you keep your light bulbs?
In a tin.
In a
obviously.
tin? In the kitchen? Yeah, me
Yeah.
too, man. Me too.
That's how you do it.
It's cause Konami, you know?
Konami means. That's
Yeah.
how it be.
Oh, do you want to talk about this bit, Suika?
Oh yeah, James needs to put a light bulb in a flashlight to look at a door, even though he's already got a flashlight to look at the door.
See, like, James.
James,
Look, the developers had to come up with a couple extra steps to keep the stretch this out. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, how do we keep those pesky players?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we're coming here to grab, to use the fish key on this suitcase. You can actually kind of like, as soon as you pick up an item, like this key for instance, you can quick save and kind of move around. You can like, on a good day, you can be like right outside that, like right up to that door, like ready to go. It's a bit finicky though, because obviously you can't see what you're doing. Another RNG moment then. We had someone crying in room 208. Doesn't always happen.
Mole.
Yeah. Look.
All right. What do we got?
There's 19 different solutions to that briefcase.
So yeah, before the RNG manipulation sheet, like that was literally potential. Like if you really need to save time, it's good YOLO.
Exactly. But the chances of that happening,
Yeah,
although
the
it pays
chances.
off. Oh
Yeah.
boy. Oh boy.
So now we've got all of the music box pieces. The camera angle for this bit is like proper monka.
It slowly
Like,
pulled you to
Liz?
the right.
Oh, that's an object. Yeah.
And you can
Right,
actually
angle
quick
there.
save again. Once we've played it, line ourselves up with this door. I just struggled to pick up this key. So now we're going up to James and Mary's, the sort of bedroom that they used to stay in. Coming up to the ending now.
If we have any donations, now would be a good time to get them in before we reach that wonderful and beautiful conclusion to this run.
We do. We got £20 from Lamites saying woof.
Awesome.
Thank you for your generous donation.
So we find out that James maybe did a bad thing. And now we come to the true ending. Are we ready?
The truth.
Are we ready? Let's go.
This
This
is
is what
you
you've all
paid
been waiting
chat.
for. Oh my god! A dog did it!
What? What?
What? Controlled the whole of Silent Hill.
Crank the volume,
Yeah,
everyone.
crank it.
It's about to get spicy.
So it was all your work. I just love how not serious they've taken themselves for this bit. And the song is just an absolute banger. And there we go.
That's time.
Time. It's just ridiculous.
Oh.
Yo, we need to spam some cool doge.
Yeah,
Let's get
cool
some
doge.
in chat. What a fitting ending to a very fitting marathon for saving the animals.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat.
Plus you see Stronk James, there you go.
I don't want to talk to interrupt questions.
No, I know.
Song, but I also... this is the canon ending? Sorry.
Yeah, 100% canon ending.
I can't.
The cool dodge just is perfect for us. The pizza.
Thunderthon chat is going
Yeah.
right now. I love it.
Gets a bit weird. So yeah.
That was beautiful. Before we
Always.
wrap up, though, do you have any shout-outs, or do you want to plug your own channels before we go?
Just a shout out to my chat who turn up every day, I guess, and put up with memes and... Oh, this song's an absolute banger. Just thanks so much to Chad and Suika for commentating the run. Yeah. What about you guys? Plug your own channels. Go follow Suika and Chad.
Chad, up to you.
So now you go first, sir. I'm not important. Let's get some left this week again.
I run OG 123, learning Cuphead behind it a minute, Obscure. Yeah. Run this game as well.
Cuphead is one hell of a run. Yeah, Suika taught me this run, so big thanks to Suika for teaching me. He's taught me a hell of a lot of runs in the past like 3 months. Made me branch away from Resident Evil 2 Remake, so...
It's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cuphead is incredible. Yeah, but I'm Chad Thorson. I lead organizer of Thunderthon. I also run Devil May Cry 1. So I also run Resident Evil games as well, but Devil May Cry is my focus. And love being here. You guys are great. And Andy, I am so happy that I hope your first marathon run ever was good.
Nervy but good, man. I really appreciate you letting me show this awesome run.
Yeah, thank you so much, Andy, for sharing this.
Thank you. Thanks for hosting.
Speaking of DMC as well, next up we do have Devil May Cry with JJ61 Toro coming up. So we will be taking a quick break to get that set up, but please